Yesterday, we celebrated the 10-year anniversary of AG the channel with a great day, a great night, a great race, and a lot of fun, nostalgia all day and all night. But tonight is Sprint Series Night in America for the 10th time of the season, and we get back to regular festivities. Last week, Alexander Moe got his third win in 9 races, going to get his fourth here today, and make it where he is a championship threat this season. It's been a competitive 2025 season, but it is race 10 and it is the Palmetto State 150, and it is Herr's Sprint Series Night in America at Darlington Raceway. Hello everyone, it is Nathan Satan here, and welcome to the Lady in Black. Welcome to Darlington Raceway, and welcome to Sprint Series Night in America for the 10th week in a row. And it's already a third of the way through the season after tonight, and honestly it is still up for grabs on who the favorite can be. Honestly, it could be Alexander Moe with 3 wins already, but it is so tight still up to this point, and we'll see of who might be some of the best in the Sprint Series here tonight. We got Cables up here in the booth for this one. Welcome to Darlington Raceway, and welcome to race 10 of the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here, Nathan. Really looking forward to this race here at the Darlington Raceway. This track needs absolutely no introduction. The track too tough to tame. We know that races here always usually cook, and I'm sure this race will definitely be no exception. Probably looking here for some great racing, and these drivers will definitely have to manage their stuff as this race goes along. They're going to have to manage their cars, keep it out of the wall, manage their tires as well, as this track can really eat that stuff up. And of course it's Darlington, so these guys are definitely probably going to be having to manage their tempers as well. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to seeing how this race will go down.
Absolutely, Darlington is one of the toughest tracks on the schedule, but it's also one of the most fun tracks as well. You don't want to be on the outside lane in 1 and 2, and you definitely have to be careful off turn 2. That is the hot spot for the Darlington Stripe and sometimes the Darlington Slam. On occasion, that can also happen in turn 4. 3 and 4 is a very wide open playbook. You can run the inside lane or the outside lane, and sometimes you can diamond the corners too. So I do think it's going to be fairly interesting on what these lanes will end up being all day long. But the key thing, manage the tires. There's no pit stop still, but the tires are going to be some of the worst all season for these Herr Sprint Series drivers. 2 to 3 seconds at the end of this race. How do you think that's going to shake out, knowing that if you want to win this race, you most likely have to have a long one cut and save little stuff for the end?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really interesting with that in play. Watching these guys try and manage their tires. And yeah, no pit stop, so that's really going to raise the stakes here for this one. It's not really going to come down to strategy. It's going to be about managing your tires. And like I said pre-race, of course, managing your tires, managing your car, and just everything else. So it's really going to be interesting to see who will be able to manage their tires the best and who will hold on. Because, of course, we got a little bit of shorter races here in the Sprint Series. So definitely track position will be key here to start this race. So definitely watch out for these guys up towards the front. But we'll just have to wait and see.
And wait and see indeed. So far in the point standings, Alexander Moe is second in points with 3 wins. He's 3 points behind new point leader of Hallie Anderson Jr. 7 top 10s on the season and 9 starts. That is the most of anyone. Only 2 top 5s, but those 7 top 10s are definitely helping Hallie Anderson Jr.'s case at this early season championship fight. Will is -3 in second. Chase McClure is in third, -11. And Abel, he missed a race, bounced back last week, and still gained a position in points. He's 16 points behind. Same with Campbell Marsh, also 16 points behind. BB Ruiz is quietly making some moves up in the standings now. 16 points, -19. Andrew Williams in 7th, -20. Matt Black in 8th, -26. Corey Case with 8 starts, he's finally inside the top 10. But he lost some ground as he didn't race last week. He is back this week, and he's -27. And then Carson Miller rounds out the top 10, -36. And it's going to be interesting to know how everything will shake out. But here are the drivers here this week. We got 20 returning and 4 drivers that were not in last week, and 2 new drivers on the season as a whole. We got Nathan Algerboy on the pole, and alongside him is the number 96, 3-time winner now of Alexander Rowe. Row number 2, we got Daniel Stand Even, and the 82 of Carson Miller. The number 90 of J.R. Rippleton, and the number 05 of Sammy Camara. The 64 is J.R. Rippleton, and the 87 of Garrett Sendoska. The 57 of B.B. Ruiz, and the 13 of Andrew Williams. Then 69 of Matt Black, and the number 1 of Anthony Hernandez this week. The 39 of Campbell Marsh, the 56 of our point leader Hallie Anderson Jr., the 81 of Mike Lewis back in his normal car this season, and able in the 37, the 88 of Trey Smith, the number 3 of Vinny Scholes, the 02 of Samet Oskin, and then in the number 50 we have Chase McClure, the number 99 of Corey Case is back, the number 98 of Joshua Neely is back, and then 2 new drivers. We have the number 93 of Alexis Selsben, and then the number 97, which won last week with Alexander Rowe. This week is Marco Espinal Bradat in the 97. Alright, Caleb, this track is very well known for tire and Darlington stripes, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think will win race 10 of the season and for the Palmetto State 150 at Darlington Raceway?
I think the inside is where you want to be around here at Darlington, so I think these guys starting here on the inside will definitely have a bit of an advantage here. So I'm going to go with the car starting on the inside there of row number 2, the number 4 of Dylan Standeven. Of course, I think Titan Fury Racing is one of the few teams that are still yet to go to victory lane so far this season, so what a win that would be there for Titan Fury Racing and Igor Barreto. I think they potentially have a shot here to get it done here today.
Definitely a very solid pick, a very solid team. A fairly new driver here early in the season, I believe only the 3rd start that he's made. But Titan Fury is one of 4 teams to not go into victory lane yet. We've had 9 races, and 8 different teams to get the win. And so far, John Andrews and Andrews Racing is the only team with multiple wins. Make sure everyone is still running off in there. So we'll see if we can keep that streak alive and have 9 different team wins in the first 10 races. But the pace car will dive down to pit road, and that will leave the field in the hands of Nathan Algerboy and Alexander Rowe, who's trying to get his 4th win in 10 races in the equal weight series. It is race 10 on the season. It is the Lady in Black. It is the track nicknamed Too Tough to Tame. Someone will tame it here today, and we have green flag racing for the Palmetto State 150 at Darlington Raceway. Great start for the first 2 cars on the inside lane. Stand Even and Algerboye. And the 90 as well of Matthew Hall with a good one. And unfortunately our point leader is dropping back on the outside lane. And he needs to get to the inside ASAP, but he's not going to get there as they might go 3 wide here. As that's close with Campbell Most right there.
2 wide is already risky enough. 3 wide at Darlington would pretty much be a death sentence. Luckily, the 39 there of Campbell Marsh going to think better of it. But up towards the front, yeah, great jump off the start here for these guys on the inside. Nathan Ajaboy, Dylan Stanhuven, and Matthew Hall. Top 3 trying to pull away a little bit. You got the 64, J.R. Ribbleton there, settling in the 4th position. And behind him, you got the 57 of B.B. Ruiz, our last winner in the IndyCar Series. Right now, rounding out your top 5, and these guys have actually kind of checked out from the rest of the field here in the early stages, but up front, here we go for the lead as Dylan Stanhuven looking on the inside of the 52 of Nathan Ajaboy through 3 and 4, and it looks like he might just take this lead away.
He's going to barely hang on to get that lap led as he's going to go to the race lead. And goodbye to Ajaboy for the time being as he's going to get past to 4th. Impressive one from Stanhuven. He's had a couple of great won so far, and he's only done a handful of races so far this season. And he's only done 2, so yeah, this is only his third start. And entering today, he's only done 2, and he's already 26 out of 45 in points. So he's making a name for himself early on here in his only 2 starts. BB Ruiz sits in the point standings, trying to get to the inside of Matthew Hall, and gonna do what the Ford did. That was close off turn 2. Not quite, but I think this 57 is faster than the 90. But you gotta pick and choose when you want to pit the battles here at Darlington, especially with the tire wear. We normally have only 1 so we have 2 here today, and they won't have to pit, but the tire wear is going to be significant. Boy is going to send Ruiz to the outside lane, and we're going to see a lot of comers and goes as these tires get old.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I think this is going to be a race about picking and choosing your battles, because it's going to be definitely really tricky to take risks and risk potentially wearing up your tires without any gaining positions. So you only really want to try and go for a pass here during this race if you know you can make it stick. But so far I've had a lot of passing going on, especially up here towards the front of the field. Might have another battle heating up here as Nathan Ajaboy trying to close in on the 90 of Matthew Hall. Ajaboy's got a fast car, we know, of course. Started on the pole, led the first couple of laps, and slipped back on the outside lane, but he's made some positions back up. Maybe Ajaboy might try to go back for the race lead here in a few laps' time.
Gonna try and take the second place spot. Ajaboy looking fairly strong for the number 52 of Duani Racing. And he is there side by side, and Matthew Hall into the outside wall.
Oh, there's a slam.
That is a slam. That's not a stripe, and he's going to lose 3 spots at least. And he's going to be under 5 on the 57 and the 39 of Campbell Mosh as well. I mentioned on the top of the show, there is a stripe, there is a slam, and that was a slam for Matthew Hall in the number 9 machine. We'll see if Ruiz can get to the inside. It looks like he's trying to get to him. And the good thing about these cars, though, they are stronger than some other cars in the past here at Darlington, so they can withstand a couple of slams, but not too many more like that for Matthew Hall. Stanley even is checking the radio out with a little bit of a few tenths of a second lead on that number 10 at the line already here in this one.
I think Stan Even's definitely in a pretty good spot right now, being the race leader. He can kind of pace himself how we would like to. He can kind of balance leading the race, the gap between himself and the 52 of Ajaboye, to conserving those tires as well. Ajaboye probably driving it really hard right now. He's closing in on the Ford car for that race lead. J.R. Rippleton also probably going hard at it. So we'll have to see. It's going to be really interesting to see once we get into the later stages of this race who is saving their tires and who's pretty much going at it here in the opening stages of this one.
Definitely, we're not even halfway through in this one, and it might be only 20 laps, but 20 laps is a long time at Darlington, especially with the tire fall off, and it looks like the 52 of Ajaboye might be closing in a little bit on the 4 machine, and you know, there's also closing in on the top 3 as a whole. That's the 69 Matt Black he won at Atlanta. I believe that was the first time you were in the booth for that one, and that one was wild, and we'll see if Matt Black can go 2 for 2 and Caleb's in the booth, and we might have a battle for the second place spot. A great one off for turn number 2. Will he make a move in turns 3 and 4? Not yet. Ajaboy's going to one high, and Middleton's going to one low. We might have a battle for second here brewing between these two, but it is all standing even third star on the season and trying to get his first win on the season.
Kind of spread out a little bit up here, up towards the front, but still got a lot of battles going on. Back there we see Alexander Rowe trying to go after the 87 there of Garrett Zanoska. Looks like he's going to take that spot away. Matthew Hall in the 90s, falling back a little bit after catching the outside wall there, maybe struggling a little bit with the handling of that car, but still a good run going nonetheless if he can stay up there. But Ajaboye, he continues to close in on that Ford car for the race lead. If he can get close enough, we'll have to see if he tries to go for it or if he tries to kind of just hang in behind, maybe save his stuff a little bit, as got a Darlington stripe there from the number 69 of Matt Black.
Add that to the stripe count and add Oh, wait a minute. Wait to the the 96 just lost 3 positions. I was about to say,
Uh-oh.
well, how about Owlsy in the road moving his way up? I think he got passed by his teammate again. And this battle is heating up past halfway, lap 15, 14 down, 14 to go. And I'm noticing that Ouch Boy is kind of dominating the corners when it's a lane lower than standing even on that set of turn 2. That's really he's making up all of the ground. And if he does that again this lap, he might be able to get there. Look at the one that the 64 Littleton got though. He might go side by side for the second place spot. These 3 are, I think, the best 3 cars right now here at Darlington. As everyone else is about half a second to a second behind them. And actually, yeah, Ruiz is about a second behind the top 3. So these are the fastest cars right now up towards the front. And I think that 4 car might be running out his stuff a little bit in the second half of this one. Grade 1 through 3 and 4. Watch out for 1 and 2. We might have a battle on our hands. Oh, the 4-1's wide, and here we go, the 52 side by side for the race lead at Darlington.
Big move to the inside there from Aja Boye, trying to take the lead away from the 4 of Stan Even. You got the 64 JR Ribbleton also on the inside there, looking to potentially follow through. Gonna be side by side there off of turn number 4, but Aja Boye, he's gonna take the lead back, and Ribbleton's gonna move up to second. Stan Even needs to try and get back down to the bottom, but here comes the number 39, Campbell Marsh. Try to get to the inside, not quite able to get there just yet, but Ribbleton got a great run off of 2, and we are side by side for the lead once again.
How about this? So much passing for the race lead, but with a great one on exit. I think the 52 still left that lap, but he's going to pay for the price as he's going to drop that all the way to 6th place. And now, because of everyone racing so hard up front, now we have the 39 of Campbell Marsh back up here, Matt Black, BB Ruiz, and maybe even the 82 of Carson Miller making some noise up here. So we have 7 cars under a blanket with 10 laps to go. Stan Even's going to get back to the inside lane, 64 ones wide. He's going to leave this lap and get a bonus point, but he's going to pay the price for this one. And here comes Ruiz to the inside.
That was a big move there to the inside by the 4 of Stan Even. That probably definitely caused a lot of tire wear there for him. But he did actually pull away quite a bit as BB Ruiz had to kind of check up a little bit there on the inside going into turn number 1. So that got Stan Even a pretty big gap there to work with. And this time by coming to 8 laps to go. Might have a pretty big lead here to the rest of the field.
Oh yeah, that number 4 is Stan Even. He has a very fast race car. Ruiz has the fast car, Matt Blatt. Aja Boye still has, I think, the fastest car. Carson Miller is inside the top 5 now, out of nowhere. And these guys are just under a blanket. Alexander on the wall up front. Matthew Hall is back inside the top 7. The 87 of Zandoska. 64 of Littleton. The 93, where did the 93 come from? Of Alexis Saltzman. One of the drivers that's still deep in the field here today, and now she's inside the top 10. And then Corey Case as well, just outside of it. Crazy stuff here today. And here comes World to the inside, going to try and take the 4th spot away, or 5th spot, rather from Carson Miller doesn't clean. And once again, I don't think it's going to be a win for Alexander World, but it's going to be another top 5 finish. And as things stand, Hallie Anderson Jr. is nowhere to be seen here today, all the way in the back part of the field, running an 18th, so that would be easily enough. And I think as of now, it will most likely be Alexander as the midpoint leader, but still battles all over the place, 6 laps to go, and Stan Even is slowly getting caught once again.
Have to see how hard Baby Ruiz can push it. We'll have to see just how much these tires have worn. But Ruiz does look like he is closing in to the 4 of Stan Even. He's got help behind from the 69 of Matt Black and the 52 of Nathan Aja Boye. But yeah, not the best of runs here today for Hallie Anderson Jr. Kind of just mired back in traffic, and definitely looking like a good points day so far for the 96 of Alexander Rowe. So we'll have to see if maybe he'll walk out of here the points leader. We'll have to wait and see. I think the 99 back there of Corey Case just caught the outside wall. He
I
just lost a
believe
lot of
so.
ground there on the outside and might lose a bit more here to the 81 and 98. Actually got a pretty good run there off the outside of 3 and 4, so he will hold the lead. But oh yeah, Ruiz, Matt Black, Nathan Ajaboye, they are definitely closing on this 4 car of Dylan Staneven.
Oh, Carson Miller into that side wall all by himself
Oh, no.
off of turn number 2. That was a slam. And now that's going to allow Alexander and everyone else beyond to close on in. But I think right now we're seeing so much passing here today. But the best 4 cars are 1, 2, 3, 4 with 3 laps to go. It is 3/10 of a second, and we've seen it. Now, these tires are getting worn out, and you don't even have to go side by side, as we saw Carson Miller go into that sidewall last time off turn number 2. So, these tires are worn out, but looks like Staneven might be the best car right now, as he's actually gained from these, from the 57, 69, and the 52. I think he has a better car than 1 and 2, and I think these guys have a better car than 3 and 4. It increased to 5/10 of a second, 2 laps to go. Still even 21 in just his 3rd start on the season.
And that was a good lap that last time by from the 4 car. Trying to pull away. Ruiz trying to do everything he can to run him down, but coming to the white flag this time by. I think Ruiz might have reeled him in a little bit this time by, but the 4 car definitely has a really big gap to work with here as we take the white flag.
Ruiz is closing, but it might be too little too late for the number 57. Ajaboye trying to get podium here. Not going to quite get there. I think if this was 30 laps instead of 28, Ruiz might have gone there. He's going to close in massively, but it's not going to be enough. How about this? In just his 3rd start on the season, Dylan Staneven will win at Darlington Raceway.
That's my pick. That's my pick right there.
That was the pick, and a great one for Staneven, just his 3rd start on the season. And he definitely had the best all-around race car here today. And gets his 1st win, and I said that he was already 26 in the points entering today, and just 3 starts. Well, he's going to jump up even further with that one. Great one for that number 4 team. Great one for Ruiz. If it was a couple more laps, we might have saw something there. As, oh, the 97's all the way on pit road. And he might have had a late race issue. And tough way for to call that one last week for my team. But great win for this number 4. And now, we said on the top of the show, there's only 3 teams left that have not won yet this season. And I believe those are the Dovitz team of Intuit's Motor Racing, Herr Motorsports, and I believe SE Avalon Racing are the 3 teams that have not won yet this season. Crazy parity so far, and what a race that was. So much passing in classic Darlington fashion, and Staneven gets the win, barely over BB Ruiz. Definitely was closing in late. Matt Black on 3rd, Nathan Ajaboye in 4th, Carson Miller in 5th. Alexander in 6th, another top 5. That is, well, actually, that's another top 6 finish, and that is his 6th top 10 on the season. Sendoska in 7th, Rippleton in 8th. Great one from Mazatza Southspin in 9th after starting 23rd. And then Campbell Marsh has out the top 10. Lewis, Neely, Hall, Smith, Case, Scholes, Manson Jr., not a good one for that 56 team in 17th. And Hernandez in 18th, and then Chase McClure and Andy Williams rounded out the top 20. April, Oskin, Kamara, and unfortunately Marco Braddock had something go down late, and he finished 1 lap down. Fantastic stuff here today, and Caleb, what are you looking forward to for the rest of the weekend here, and especially for the World Cup Series race here at Darlington?
Well, of course, it is Darlington Raceway, so I am definitely really looking forward to seeing what the rest of the weekend have to offer. This race definitely a great way to start things out. Had just about everything Darlington you could ask from Darlington, and just a 28 lap race. A really fun one here from Darlington here in the Sprint Series, and a great run there for the 4 of Dylan Stanhaven, getting Titan Fury Racing's first win of the season here in the Sprint Series. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the weekend will go. It's going to be a lot of fun here from the track Too Tough to Tame.
Absolutely, not a shadow of the doubt, and this one was really fun. Saw a little bit of everything, saw a slam, a stripe, a brush into that sidewall. We saw a lot of passing in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I think that's just a appetizer of what we will see in the World Cup Series this weekend. Science will come up next here on AG the channel at 7:30 for Bristol Motor Speedway next time out, and that will be next Wednesday as always at 7. So let's see what happens there for some short track racing. Thanks for joining me up here for this one, and until next week at Bristol, we will see you guys for Sprint Series 9 in America for race 11 of the season.